Good morning. It's March 31st, 2025. And here we're looking at some strawberries that I moved from another pot that I had them in and separated them all out just right and planted them in some nice topsoil, compost, peat moss, and vermiculite. The depth of how you plant your strawberries is very important. You want to get it halfway between the crown and the top. This one's a little deep, but I just planted it and it has loose dirt around it. So when I water it, it'll go down and it'll be around the crown. If not, I will move the dirt out of the way so a little bit of the crown is showing. So when I moved these from a different pot, I grabbed all the roots and dirt together, so it isn't just a bare root strawberry that you can order and they send you strawberries with no dirt, but they have roots. So what I did here is just basically dig a hole, and popped it in there and put it at the right height. Now here we have a bare root strawberry like I'm talking about. See all the roots and things? It's already got a flower on it. We're going to take those flowers off because it's going to have to recover after getting all the dirt taken out of the roots. But notice in the center here, I don't know if you can see that, but we made a hole, and then in the hole we put a mound of dirt, which is right here. So we're going to spread these roots out. So you can see I put the plant on top of the little mound of dirt and then spread the roots out all around it. So now all we have to do is take some of this and just kind of push it over the roots. And then when you water it, make sure the crown is sticking out halfway, or at least at the top of the crown. So you don't want to plant them too deep, and you don't want to plant them too shallow. Okay, this strawberry, you don't have to worry about making a mound in the hole. You can just pop this whole bunch of dirt and roots and all right in a hole I made right here. Just set it in there, make sure it's at the right depth. If not, dig the hole deeper or add soil to it, and just kind of fill it in once you get it at the right height. This isn't at the right height yet. Okay, so we're planting in a fabric pot. See, these types of pots, they're really good, I like them. But the very edge gets dry, so notice I left like 3-4 inches. You don't want to get it too close, in other words. But that will just grow over the side and you'll have strawberries hanging right off the side. So these types of pots, the fabric pots, they have what you call air pruning, which basically means it gets so dry on the edge around here that the roots don't wrap around like they do like in a plastic pot, and they just kind of die at the end, so they're kind of straight at the end here. So they call that air pruning because they dry out, and it's good for the plant. So here we have a 40-gallon pot, and we have 6 strawberries in it, so that's really good spacing. That way they won't compete with each other. And this one has 7, and you could probably fit 10 in there, but I have plenty of space. I had a lot of strawberries die last year because it was so dry and hot. They don't like it hot and dry, they like it cool and moist. So here we have it. All we need to do is water now. See, this is the thing I pulled out of the other pot. It's got overgrown strawberries too close together. See it? It's got roots everywhere. That's what I've been pulling apart. You want to like try to keep as much dirt around the roots as you can and kind of just wiggle it a little bit and pull on this one and then grab another hand on that one. So you want to try to save the roots on each one. And then you can plant it without shaking the dirt out of it or anything. And once you get it, either you can take these dead things off before you do that, or you can do it after. It doesn't matter. Strawberries multiply every year, so these single ones right here, they'll be double next year. So you're gonna have to peel one off. And it's good to do that when it's dormant during the winter before it starts growing. I got a little late start, but they'll be okay. Just have to be gentle. So what I'm gonna do next is put some pine bark mulch and pine needles or pine straw around all the plants. That will keep the moisture in once you water it. Also, when you water, it won't splash this dirt away. See, this is really light dirt and compost. So it'll hit the mulch and that'll stay put, and then it'll just drip down to the dirt. Instead of like knocking this mulch kind of like it does if it rains too much and goes through your yard and digs up the dirt. So here's the pine straw. I think it's really good stuff because it lets the water through, but then stops the sun. And also, it stops the sun from starting new weeds. Like if you just had dirt on there, weeds get blown in during storms and things, and the pine straw doesn't let the light get to the dirt or the seeds, so it stops weeds from growing. Same with any kind of mulch. And these are my blueberries. See, we're already getting some flower buds. Those will turn into blueberries. Here's the pine bark mulch that I use. I got this at Lowe's. It's like $4 a bag maybe. It's pretty cheap. The pine straw is going to be more expensive, but at least it doesn't have any chemicals or anything on it. It shouldn't. But the pine bark mulch shouldn't have any chemicals either, because what that is, in the lumber industry, they use pine trees for 2x4s. So they take the bark off at the mill and sell it right there, pine bark mulch. And then they, use the wood to make 2x4s and 2x10s or whatever they want to do. So I'm going to do a thin layer of pine bark mulch and a thin layer of pine straw on top of that. The pine straw looks nice too. See, that's my blueberry there. That looks really nice. So here we have a layer of pine bark mulch. You don't want to get it right up on the plant, just around it. See, that's pretty good. Because if it touches the plant, maybe with the wind blowing or something, it could like scrape it and cut it. So the best thing to do is use the pine straw right around the plants, because it's soft. It won't cut your plants. I'm not sure this will either, but it's hard and it's crispy. Okay, so we have a light coating around that plant. Those little things through the middle, it's not going to hurt anything. But you can clean them up if you want. That's going to keep in the moisture, is the main thing. And when the water hits this, it won't knock it off like it will the dirt. Okay, strawberries like a pH of 6.0 to 6.5, and blueberries like 4.5 to 5.5. So strawberries are slightly acidic, and blueberries are acidic as far as the medium you grow it on. Great. So I've never used or owned a pH monitor, but I guess what it is it has a probe on it, and you stick it in the dirt and it'll tell you what the pH of the soil is. But I just go by the soil. I mean, I know that peat moss and pine bark mulch are both acidic. So if you add those to dirt, then you're going to make your soil acidic. And it depends how much you add. So we're just adding a little here to make it slightly acidic. The 6.0 to 6.5. Compost is a pH of like 9. So it'll lower the pH for you if you add compost to it. Or you can actually put some baking soda in the water. So baking soda will raise the pH, kind of like compost does. Hey, there I am, the shadow.